Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. My name is Taylor and thank you so much for joining us. In today's video, I'm going to give you some ways to declutter your digital life. And the new year is the perfect time to do this, especially if you're about to start school or uni again. It will also help you cut down on storage and make everything work a little bit faster, and also mentally help you feel a bit more refreshed and happier with your digital life. And I also have a how to declutter your actual life video coming up on Friday, so make sure that you are subscribed for that. But in the meantime, let's get straight on into this video, starting with tip number 1. Okay, get all of your technology gathered. I'm going to use my iPhone, laptop, Apple Watch, and hard drive. Of course, you don't have to have all of them. And this video is split up into 2, and the first section is delete. So starting off with deleting your apps, I'm going to start on my laptop and go through the app folder and just delete the apps that I don't use. And then I'm going to go on my phone and do the same thing. And if you have an Apple Watch, you can go to the Watch app and delete some of the apps that are on your Apple Watch that you don't use. The next one is deleting your email subscriptions. So the email app that I use is called Bird, and it makes this process really easy. They have an unsubscribe feature, which you can see I'm using here. Now it is time for the dreaded task of deleting photos. I have over 35,000 photos in my iCloud, so this is the worst bit for me, but I try and break this down by chipping away at it little by little. So what I normally do is just scroll a couple of years back. I pick a random month and just go through that month's photos. It also helps going back to the old photos because you feel less attached to them and you know that you don't actually need a lot of them. So this is a task that I will probably never finish, but doing little bits at a time counts for something. Next up is deleting friends, and sometimes you have to be in the right mood to be ruthless and really consider who you need on there. For the purpose of this video, I'm just unfollowing inactive accounts, but you can really take this time to think about who you actually want on your feed and who you don't. And now we move on to deleting files. So on my laptop, a lot of my files sit in my downloads folder, which needs a clean out often, so that is my go-to folder. And then following that, I empty my trash can and all the files that I've deleted in there. So now it is time to move on to the second part of the video, which is to simplify your systems, or for you it might be just to create a system. So starting off with creating calendars, and creating calendars is a really simple way of organizing and creating a system to your calendar. So here are some of mine, for example, but to create your own, you just press File, New Calendar, and then add in the name, and you can also customize the colors. And I have a whole video about how I use my calendar, so I will link that here. You can go and check that out for some more inspiration if you would like. Next up is to create app folders on your iPhone. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but when I download heaps of new apps, I always just leave them on that extra random page and never sort them into folders. So this is a good one to do every now and then just to tidy it up a little. Next up is creating an iPhone workflow. So if you've seen my What's on My iPhone video, you would have seen that my front page is my daily page. So this is an example of how I've created a page on my phone that has a flow to it. So in the top, I have my to-do list and my calendar, I have my news widget, and then I have all my most important apps that I access daily. And this page gives me an overview of everything that I need, and it is a perfect example of creating a digital system. Now we head back to the laptop and it's time to make folders for documents. Again, I often let my desktop get pretty messy and out of hand, so I need to clean this all up and create a folder system. I then grab my hard drive and I transfer all of my big files over onto my hard drive from my desktop. So that's mainly all my YouTube videos and stuff on there, all the really big files. That helps simplify the system of my desktop. The files that are on my desktop are the ones that I need to access often. Next is creating a system on your browser. So I use Chrome, and you can see here that along the top I have some tabs of the sites that I access often. So what I'm going to do is create some folders on that tab, kind of rearrange so that there is some organization and a system to it. And it is important that here it is just the sites that you access the most often. So creating a system there is really important and will kind of streamline your process of using your browser. The next one is to rearrange your dock apps and to order them in a way that makes sense to you. So for me, I've had the apps in the same spot for years now since I've had this laptop. So it's muscle memory for me when I need to open my calendar, for example. I know exactly where it is. I don't even have to think about it. So that's my kind of system, but there might be a system that works for you. Instead, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go through and turn off Open App Login so that a billion apps don't open when I turn my computer on. And that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got a bit out of it. Coming up on Friday, I have a declutter your actual life video, so a similar idea but just implementing into your actual physical life. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed. But for now, that is all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then.